You've been rather busy lately, asking questions, investigating. So is that it? You're some kind of investigator? A detective for hire? Or do you have some kind of personal grudge against an innocent android who simply wants to be left alone? Please tell me. I'd really like to know. Fine. Let's cut to the chase. My name is Victoria Watts. I work for a movement whose goals are directly opposed to your own, apparently. It seems you're trying very hard to locate an android my associates and I have tried very hard to hide. You can see how that puts us at odds. You really want help? Take this. It's an internal component from the very android you're searching for. Don't ask how I obtained it. Present it to Dr. Zimmer in Rivet City. Tell him the android is dead and that was on the corpse. He'll believe you. Do that and Zimmer will go back to the Commonwealth and leave that poor soul alone. Do that and you'll have saved a man's life. Of course. If you help me, and thus the android, God and the universe will smile upon you. Is there any better compensation? We call ourselves the Railroad. Our mission is the rescue and salvation of synthetic humanoids. Androids, as they're more commonly known. Just understand that this android is now, for all intents and purposes, a man. He looks human, he acts human, he believes he is human. But even if he's not, even if he's a machine, he's capable of rational thought and emotion. So you see, his soul is as human as yours or mine. This person, and he is a person, deserves a chance at freedom. Please, if there's a shred of decency in you, don't take that away from him. Yes, if we are able, but there are others in the wasteland who assist in the plight of human slaves. Our android brethren have only us.
As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our great democracy. So, as your president, I am and hard. That is to say,
Welcome to Megaton. Please stand clear of the gate.
and we hope to reach our full potential. Waiting where they call the wall. Hold
Welcome to Megaton. Please stand clear of the gate.
Looking for your fix? Let's see what the good doctor has in his magic bag, shall we?
this great nation will be reborn. Enclave will be its salvation. Until we meet again, this is President Eden signing off. One of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden. Say to your heart, do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, president of the Enclave, president of America, president of your heart.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
don't you have a component to deliver?
Mighty fine thing you did for this town.
The sooner you find my property, the sooner I can get out of this slum. Really, how do you people live like this? What? Let me see that. This is a neuroservo, unique to the A321. And you say you got this from his corpse? I suppose there's no other way you could have obtained it. Well, damn it! I was afraid this would happen. Out here in this wasteland. Well, here's 50 caps for your troubles. Try to buy yourself an education out here in this hell. Good day.
What else do you want from me? Good to see you. Hey.
is really quite simple. Incompetence. Incompetence at the highest echelons of power. We put our trust, our faith, in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted: power, wealth, prestige. And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness breeds in it. Rest assured,
it right there. Warning. Hostiles in area. This is a use of deadly. Not the direct orders.
Have the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation as their own personal.
Clear. Will be restored enforcement operation line. Put down your weapons and submit to authority. This area clear. Proceeding with hostile. Target identified. Engaging hostile. Target continued resistance.
That have completely overrun the entire downtown D.C. area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us. I know. Not for long, sweetheart.
Cover. Danger has been eliminated. Hostiles in area. Warning. Hostiles in area. Your cooperation is
Next time, this is your president, John Henry, signing off.
commencing attack on hostile target. Warning. Hostiles in area. Hostile. Target identified. Please do not attempt area. Please kill justice and will be administered.
But I will never, never we have. Please. During the greatest country former glory. Well, that takes time. Even for the ugly. Till next time, this is your president, John Henry Eaton.
Commencing attack on hostile target. Firing weapons. We are local law enforcement. Hostile target leads stand by. Attention, hostile target is now attempt to flee. Justice, hold it right there. Firing weapons. Eliminate fire zone. Your cooperation is please stand by. Do not be alarmed. Open and identify yourself. Continue. Hostile or target identified. Do not make law abiding. Hostile. Do target identified. Commencing deadly until not hostile. Stand clear. This is now a combat zone. You fire suffer harm. Up to band. Commencing attack. Target identified. Clear the area until alert has been. Commencing lawful of deadliest. Your attempted escape is only making things worse for you. Your attempted escape is only.
Hey there.
I'm President John Henry Eaton, and you're listening to Enclave Radio. The voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. Greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Henry Eaton, and I'd like to chat if you've got a moment. It's time we discuss something rather important. The issue at hand is, well, my presidency. And a question has been raised, I know, as to just how I came to be elected to this most illustrious office.
Fiddled with any interesting technology lately?
Being elected at all. To that, I must answer, of course.
Oh, great! Reactivating long-dormant technology is definitely a good step towards the survival of humanity as a whole. Then again, maybe it's more dangerous if it's active but uncontrolled. How did it turn out?
Not at liberty to discuss the details of the election. You understand. But rest assured, I am your president. Because the appropriate people of this great nation.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I guess you do. And it's a good enough example for the book, I suppose. It helps to have the right tool for the job. Failing that, go with the right tool to cheat at the job, like a pulse grenade. Here, have a couple.
Faith and confidence. And carry our collective values.
Yes, books are where the old world kept its knowledge, and libraries are where it kept the books. And there's supposed to be one in Arlington. See if it's still there. And if you can download records from its computer, information dumps like those would be invaluable for rebuilding humanity.
Is a little
Great. The library should be in Old Arlington, not far from downtown. See if you can download the archives from its computer. If you can't get those, then even the card catalog would be useful. Any little piece of information could help the book, and thus humanity. What do you... Good hunting! Why, I'm flattered. What would you like to know? Well, look around at the world we live in. It may be okay to you, but I've read about what it used to be like, and this wasn't it. So we all need something that keeps us going, despite all the terrible things around us. For me, it's things like this book. It's not garbage. But don't be fooled. It is junk. It's just junk that's pretty important stuff, you know? Junk can be turned into all sorts of useful things, and sometimes even something wonderful. And junk's all we've got left after the world blew up. Everyone's trying to fix it like it was, but nobody's trying to make something that's better. Hey, it sounds crazy when you say it that way, but that's what I'm aiming for. Yeah. The Wasteland Survival Guide isn't much toward that lofty goal, but it's an important one. And that's why I need your help. I don't think I can do it alone. Is it there? Are there books? No need to worry about that. It's got to be around. It's a government building, and they were all built to the highest construction. I could swear.
And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John F. Straight to your heart. Old minds are like old horses. You must exercise them if you wish to keep them in good order. This is
Yeah? What is it?
Radio with your host, me.
I sure am, Sonny. What have you got for me? We can always use them.
Hey there.
Nothing stops the railroad.
Need some grub.
Those monsters, they're gonna get me. Those things. They keep coming. They scare me. Make it stop.
I'm John Henry Eden, president of the Enclave.
You won't leave me like all the other grown-ups. You can help me.
Hello, my beautiful America. This is President Eden.
Those big things. They're all over Greyditch, and they killed everyone. Please, mister, please find my papa.
Friend a boy could hope for. My dear old
You will? Really? Thanks a whole lot. My house is the one closest to the huge sign and the old diner. Please, find my papa and make him come back.
irresponsible and completely.
You know, maybe this will help and maybe it won't. But Papa hid a bunch of stuff behind the old diner and a dumpster. He trusted me with the key and said it was for emergencies. But I bet he wouldn't mind you having it.
Say the same. How many of this nation's youth are true?
Well, there is the personal shelter next to the old diner. Papa always said to stay away from it. But I guess it's supposed to be safe. I'll head over there and wait inside. Hurry back.
Terrifying, meaningless existence. There is no purpose. That changes right here, right now. From this moment onward, the children of this great nation are its highest priority. The Enclave will restore every American school, reinstate every youth program, and offer counseling and financial assistance to any family in need. We will match up the destitute, orphan children of the capital wasteland with qualified, eligible adults. American family, as it was meant to be. Values of our past shall be the foundation of our future. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around. All you need is your patience. We meet again. This is Henry Eden signing off.
Whoa, sure is hot in here.
Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eden, your president. There are some things which are that's all right. Did you know there are those amongst us who would
Now I know what a TV dinner feels like.
These radical malcontents don't care about you. They don't care about America. All they care about is fulfilling their own selfish desires. Let's keep a tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all stealing, murdering. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel. Don't be fooled by their pseudo-knightly boasts or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armored Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals with access to some antiquated technology. Criminals who have had the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal clubhouse. And don't be fooled, America. Those who have left the Brotherhood of Steel, branded outcasts, are just as nameless, even more so, being in exile. And what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? Frighteningly irradiated ghouls of Underwood. And last but not least, the hideously mutated super mutants that have completely overrun the entire downtown D.C. area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us. I know. I know. Not for long, sweet America. Not for long. Oh, no. Enclave will restore peace, order, and prosperity to this great country. And those who oppose us will be removed forever. And now... There is much work to be done. Greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Henry Eaton, and I'd like to chat, if you've got a moment. Let's talk about government, shall we? Or more specifically, your government, America. Enclave. Just who is the Enclave? Why, now that's simple. The Enclave is you, America. The Enclave is your rat, your friend, As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our great democracy. So, as your president, I am the voice, I am the heart and soul of the Enclave. That is to say, I am the voice, heart, and soul of America. But only together. Together can we
Ha!
hope to reach
Stupid
our
monsters.
potential.
Can't get me
Way
in
we
here.
were before the war. Whole, beautiful, powerful. One Enclave, one America. Now and forever. We've got a part now, you and I. Don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this
hard to breathe in this thing. Come on, tell me already. Oh no. What happened?
On the horizon, like knights of yore. Bats of ash.
He's
Their name,
he's dead?
capital.
I guess I already knew.
Their
Besides, I'm too tired to cry anymore.
revel in the joys of sport and sunshine. If only
You gotta stop it, so this can't happen to anyone else's family ever again. I wish I had met you a long time ago. And then maybe my dad would still be alive. Thanks for doing all this. I'm feeling better now that you're here.
put your faith in John Henry.
It used to be kinda nice. No one bothered us there. I guess because we were so close to DC. There were 7 of us living there in tall, old brick houses. I think I'm the last one left. Those things took everyone else.
For now, my America.
Nah, people don't like to stay long in Great Itch. The DC ruins aren't a great place to make a home, you know. In fact, Papa was talking about moving on soon. We've been here for maybe a year.
Next time, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing.
Besides me and my papa, there was Doc Lesko, who stayed with us, and Will Brandis and his mama and papa, too. I guess they're all gone now. Alright. Nah, go ahead. It's just nice to talk to anyone about stuff at all. He was a strange man. He paid Papa some caps to help him build a shack and carry a bunch of junk into it. Papa called him an egghead, but his head was shaped regular, so I didn't get it. He spent all of his time in that shack next door to my house. Every time I'd sneak in there, he'd be sitting at that funny-looking TV machine with the green words pushing buttons. Nah, he was a nice man, but he never wanted to play with me very much, and we barely talked. All I know is he was all gone when the ants started showing up. I think they got him too. I don't know. All kinds of doohickeys. Boxes with lots of lights, some funny glass bottles. Oh wait, he had a big, clunky, shiny man too. That was kind of neat. Yeah? Right across the street, actually. It was pretty swell having someone to hang out with so close by. Yeah, Will was super nice to me. He was like a year older than me, I think. He even shared his comic books with me. We explored pretty much every bit of Great Itch we could find. I think that's why the ants don't bother me. I have good hiding spots. Well, his mom was nice too. She was kind of quiet, but she always took care of me and my papa when we came over. I think she was sad that my mom was gone. He was like always watching me and my dad real careful, like he didn't trust us or something. He always kept staring at us from the windows of his house and typing stuff into his TV box. Will said his dad was like an old soldier or something, but he didn't like doing that stuff, so he quit. Yeah? Alright. If you look around enough in Great Itch, you might find some useful stuff people left behind.
This is Enclave Radio with your host, me, President John Henry Eden.
this tape, then my brains are splattered all over a wall somewhere, and you've got a job to do. You need to retrieve the package and get it safely to Ronald Long and Gunner Shade. Tell him Grady sent you. To get the package, you'll need the key. I've stashed it inside an old fire hose case in some maintenance closet. Marigold Metro Station. The key will unlock the safe that contains the package. Look for the room marked by a spinning light. You can't miss it. Good luck. And hopefully, they won't find you too. If you're listening to this tape, then my brains are splattered all over a wall somewhere, and you've got a job to do. You need to retrieve the package and get it safely to Ronald Lauren and Girder Shade. Tell him Grady sent you. To get the package, you'll need the key. I've stashed it inside an old fire hose case in some maintenance closet in Marigold Metro Station. The key will unlock the safe that contains the package. Look for the room marked by a spinning light. You can't miss it. Good luck.
This could be the 5th time I've forgotten the code to my desktop terminal. I really must learn to be more organized. The password for my terminal is Formicidae. How hard could that be for me to remember? Note to self, destroy this holotape as soon as move to new lab is complete. You startled me. You really mustn't creep up on people like that.
All they care about is fulfilling their own self.
That is precisely why this is the ideal place for my work. Do you realize you're trampling about in a delicately balanced and highly sensitive experimentation area? I've chosen this room as a temporary retreat from which to contemplate my erroneous figures for my experiments. It may be a bit dark and damp, but such annoyances will not stand in the way of science. My experiments are of a complex nature and would take a scientist to explain. Oh wait, I'm a scientist. How marvelous. My foray into reducing the girth of these insectoid creatures is of utmost importance. I intend to generationally reduce their immense stature by way of a pre-birth induced mutagen. Isn't that clever?
And what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? Frighteningly,
Well, let me see. Well, you start with a generation of very large ants. You simply inject the current brood's eggs with an engineered mutagen. Then the next generation should be smaller. Do it enough times, and you may be able to reduce them back to their once original tiny size. Well, this is rather embarrassing, so you'll have to forgive me, but it appears that I've made a slight miscalculation in my mutagen samples. Instead of lowering the size of the ants, the brood hatched and developed a new biomechanism. I call their genetic aberration pyrosis, the ability to emit flame from their bodies. I may be able to correct this error, but I can't get nearby equipment.
Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing off.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. The mutagen has already been injected into the ant queen. She has enough in her body to last for years. My problem right now is I can't reach my terminal to make the proper adjustments and repair the damage I've caused. Since you've offered, allow me to elaborate. My portable terminal is set up in the hatchery chamber near the ant queen. If I can reach it, I can continue to work on improving the mutagen. If I were to do that, months of data would be lost. No, the Queen... Your objective would be to eliminate what I call her quintet of nest guardians. Filthy little abominations. I've rigged the equipment at my portable terminal to emit what I call an inhibitor pulse. Once I send this pulse, all of the remaining ants will lose their empathic link with the Queen and frenzy, destroying each other in the process. So, that's all there is to it. What do you say? Why can't man follow the ants' example? They work together as a team. They require no wealth or material items. Everything they need is provided for them by their fellow insects. But I digress. If it's payment you need, all I can offer is one of my mutagenic bioenhancers. Yes, I suppose you're right. Science must learn to acquiesce to your standards in order to advance itself. I was merely going to offer up one of my mutagenic bioenhancers, but I suppose I could up the ante. I will also award you with my old lab coat. It served me well over the years, and you may find it useful for your own experiments. You will? How? Be careful, my friend. The nest guardians can be quite tenacious.